year with the Washington Nationals back in 2015 and 378 career home runs in 17 seasons. Let's take a look at our visiting lineup here. Tonight's starting lineup for the San Francisco Firebells is presented by Horace Mann. So you can see leading things off, Giannelloni, Amanda Giannelloni, and she's getting ready to go. Right behind her is the starting pitcher for the Firebells. And Jenna, can you believe we've got to see, we'll get to see Whitmore at the plate and on the hill.
So much talent, a two-way player, the #1 overall draft pick. Circle Kelsey Whitmore in that 2 spot. She plays for Team USA, has done so for over a decade. And at the World Cup group stage just a week ago, hit .583 with a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs in just 5 games. She's going to back up Giannelloni, and that's going to get things going for SF.
It's going to be a good one. They've got a great lineup on both sides. Both teams have 6 players that have World Cup experience from just last week, so they're pretty well balanced. And on the mound, you can see the righty. It's Rain Padgham. Padgham is being received by Greenwood here today, but Padgham's from Canada, played in the World Cup Rockford stage just last week. She was 1-1 there, started 2 games, 6 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, and she struck out 9 in those 6 2/3.
The 12th overall pick here in the WPBL. She represents Team Canada, actually won a World Cup bronze medal back in 2024.
Well, Padgham's getting set. Here comes the first pitch, delivered by Padgham and the Hunters, and it's a strike. We're going to wait a minute because everything collected here today, just like yesterday, is very special. We've got memorabilia that will be authenticated and can be bought in an auction. The Realist is here to authenticate everything. You can look at realist.com under the WPBL section. And also, but any balls that go in the stands, that's the fun of it. If you get a ball that's coming into the stands from the ballpark, it's yours to keep. You don't have to go through an auction or anything.
We talked about this yesterday. It applies today as well. You could literally catch history, and that's why we've seen so many fans bring their gloves as well to the ballpark.
Here in the first, here comes the pitch, and that'll miss upstairs. Giannelloni, a first-rounder, drafted 8th overall. She's a Hall of Famer from Nicholls State. Swing and a miss, and there's a first strikeout here today as Giannelloni goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Kelsey Whitmore. She's the first overall pick in the WPBL draft that happened last year in November. One of the most recognized women's baseball players. She's basically the face of women's baseball.
She was named a captain, surprising to no one for San Francisco. She actually caught the first pitch thrown out by women's baseball icon Maybelle Blair yesterday, something they had talked about and was years in the making, and they finally got to have that moment.
And what's so interesting about Kelsey is that she is so well known, like I said, the face of women's baseball, so well known, recognized that way, but she played 4 years of college softball.
She did. She played at Cal State Fullerton.
Here comes the pitch. She'll hit it hard. A 1 bouncer into the glove of Bryant. Long throw to first. It's in time. There's 2 away.
That was a great play. A great swing and a great play. That ball was hit hard. Bryant stuck with it. You call it the hot corner for a reason, and she's chilling. She is totally comfortable out there in a groove. You love to see it, and a fine defensive play for the Hunters.
A little celebration out there. The dance move with the music here in the stadium is Bryant. That brings up Jill Abayati here at the plate, the left fielder. She batted .375 with Team USA last week in World Cup action, group stage action. First rounder, drafted 16th overall. Albayati hits it up in the air to the right, going back, chasing after it, and that ball will hit off of the fence, right off the very top, and she'll head to second base. Throw coming in, it won't be in time. With 2 away, Albayati doubles. That'll get the crowd going.
putting some power behind that swing. If you take a look, this pitch is right over the outer half of the plate, and she goes with it beautifully. Lets the ball travel. That's some power when you hit the top of the fence like that. Thought we might see the second home run in WPBL history, but instead she'll settle for 2 bases.
Just missed by inches. Today, it's a lot easier to see those balls, as yesterday, the rain coming down, and it was just cloudy all day. We went into, the dark of night, as we have on Andréane LeBlanc. She bet at 500 for Canada just last week. Talk about power. She's got it. LeBlanc, as I mentioned, played for Canada last week. 4 games, 6 hits, batted 500, scored 5 runs, and drove in 5. She's got one right here at second base to drive in. 2 away. This ball is lifted, and it'll come into the stands. All right, we see Zettelmoyer there, Alyssa, that played yesterday with the Heights. I didn't know if we were showing her because she caught that foul ball. But we see, as yesterday, Queens won the ball game. It was an exciting one, 10-8, getting close to even maybe possibly extra innings, but they came back and won it. So game 1 went to the Queens. They're in the stands right now signing autographs. Righty-lefty matchup. This ball is launched into right field, and that one will hit off the wall too. But rounding third base, headed home, standing up, and run number 1 goes to the Firebells.
That's what you want to do as the cleanup hitter, clean the bases, and she does that, brings in the RBI. That's upstairs. She gets on plane with it, sends it nearly out of here as well, turning on that pitch. What a start that we're seeing so far for the Firebells.
Alexia George will step up to the plate. She tripled for she doubled, rather, for Team USA. 3 for 5 last week in 3 games, drove in 3. That ball, though, that we just saw being launched into right, actually those 2 fly balls hitting off the fence, they looked, I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's going to go over the fence here, and something is keeping it in. We do see a lot of winds here. We saw a lot blowing left to right. Talked to the fielders yesterday. They talked about that wind, and I thought maybe it's just, on a day that's a rainy day like that, but we can see right now it's still blowing, and I think it's keeping actually some of the balls in this ballpark on the right side. It's 290 down the line, 310 in the gaps, and 330 straight center. So George digs in. She'll take it's inside. Let's mention the home plate umpire, Janet Thomas McKean. She's behind the plate. She was on the base pass yesterday. Kelly Elliott Dine, who was on the base or behind the plate yesterday, is on the base pass today. Ground ball, weakly hits, fielded cleanly, and that's out number 3. She's talking to one of the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League players, and she's signing autographs. Maggie yesterday had an excellent game, went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, drove into, came in relief, and pitched. And Keith Falk here, he's the manager for the Hunters. As I mentioned, he's a World Series champion too, just like his counterpart on the other side, Matt Williams. A 0.64 ERA across 11 appearances in the 2004 postseason with the Red Sox. And look at that, 191 career saves in 11 seasons. So stepping up to the plate for the Hunters is Kate Blunt, the second baseman. She'll take first pitch, and it's a strike right at the belt, delivered by Kelsey Whitmore. Well, tonight's starting lineup for the Hunters is presented by Horace Mann. Kate Blunt, she's at the plate, leading things off, facing Kelsey Whitmore right now. And Jenna, what else can you tell us about the Hunters lineup?
Well, there came to play right there, taking a Nice little swing there early on in the count here with Kelsey Whitmore. But she on the bump, first of all, we talked about how she's the first overall pick. She's the captain. She also pitched in the World Cup recently with Team USA. She's been in multiple professional leagues before this, was known as the first woman to play in the Atlantic League with the men. You, of course, know her from Banana Ball as well, but now here she is making history.
And it seems like every stop that she has made is making history. And, you know, we heard her talking about it as far as just like looking back at her 6-year-old self. This is where she really wanted to be, not playing with the guys, but looking to her left, looking to her right, and playing with women. Ground ball right side, easy toss to first base. And Blunt is retired. So there's one out here for the Hunters in the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the defense behind Whitmore. Oh, you got LeBlanc there at first base and Jenna at second. She's got a great defense behind her in the outfield too.
Gentiloni making a nice play right there, moving to her left really well. A nice first step, made that play look routine. Could have snuck through the 3-4 hole.
And now Edith DeLea at the plate. She's from Mexico, actually played for Team Mexico in the World Cup group stage action in Rockford. And the top of the lineup, the first 6 batters that you'll see from the Hunters, they were all playing last week, so they're tuned up and ready to go here for the WPBL. DeLea batted .545 last week, a double, drove in 6. Righty-lefty matchup. Whitmore goes right at the knees inside, catches that edge and throws the strike by her.
That was a nice spot. That's really the key, and it was difficult in the rain yesterday. I mean, we didn't talk about enough how hard it is when you have that much moisture in the air. It's windy. Pitchers were affected. Fielders were affected. But now we got beautiful weather here for day 2 and for both of these teams debuting in the WPBL. And a key part of the game for both sides is going to be precision on the mound. Whitmore so far looking good.
And there's Sato. She was the starting pitcher yesterday for the Queens, signing autographs. A weak ground ball once again to the second baseman, and easy toss. There's 2 away.
That was like deja vu. Busy on the right side of the infield. Gentiloni ready for it, though. I love it. Calm, cool, collected. Got the game face on. Of course, the eye black. She's actually the first signee for the WPBL as well. Another way to make history.
And at the plate is the pitcher for the Hunters. She'll take first pitch right at the letters, Rain Padgham. You'll see that on both sides today. Both pitchers are in the lineup. Padgham here in the 3 spot, Whitmore in the 2 spot.
Yeah, not just in the lineup, but in key places in the order, in that top part where you're really relying on them to help themselves out. So that frame job right there, you love to see that effort. That is what catchers do for their pitchers. George is her battery mate back there today.
And the 1-2 she watches sail away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Padgham. What an international lineup this is for the Hunters. Blunt from the U.S. After that, DeLea from Mexico here. Padgham from Canada. This ball is up in the air, left side, shifting to her right on the run. And Albiati makes the grab, and that's out number 3. So retiring them in order is Rain Padgham was the last out in the bottom of the first, and there she is back on the mound here in the top of the second. She's behind 1-0 for the Firebells. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 that she'll face in De Bedard and Kaplan and Leguizamon.
Started playing baseball at 3 years old. 3 years old. She is an example of this dream, to be able to pursue playing baseball well into your life, well on beyond just as a kid giving it up or switching to softball. getting a chance to represent women's baseball at this stage and getting the call to start the first time that your team is taking the field for this historic season.
Boy, isn't that cool? Upstairs, right at eye level, a lot of times, you know, a batter will go after that because they see the ball right there in their eyes. Good job laying off.
I like that spot. That was down at the knees. Anything that's more elevated, that's when you see those extra base hits, right? But if you can live at the knees, get them to roll over.
And that'll put DeBehard at first base. She'll walk, and that'll bring up Skylar Kaplan, the right fielder for the Firebells. And let's take a look at the defense. But we've got Kaplan at the plate right now. She'll hit it hard, first pitch, past the diving first baseman into right. Headed to third, she'll lose her helmet. And she's getting the call at home to stop. That's Day Bedard. A double for Kaplan.
Another extra base hit for the Firebells. And she absolutely drilled this pitch inside, up and in, turns on it, gets her hands inside, gets extended. You can see the heads up base running by Day Bedard as well, taking 2 bags because she knows she can. 2 runners in scoring position. That's a productive at bat.
And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter here for the Firebells, the shortstop, Joelle Leguizamon. She'll take first pitch. She's got 2 in scoring position right here. Watch it at the letter. She's a first-round draft pick, Leguizamon is. 9th overall.
She's another cool representation. She's from Jacksonville, Florida, but has also played on the women's national team for the Dominican Republic. So even more international experience.
Big lead for the runner at second base. That'll go out of play. Another souvenir. Leguizamon, you'll see her bat there. It's a solid black bat. Almost looks like it could be wooden. I haven't found anyone yet that wants to use a wood bat, but they're using composite right now. Can use wood or metal. Slow little dribbler to the third baseman. She'll look the runner back, throw to first, and the runners will stay at their bases. There's one away.
Routine play over at third base.
All right, AJ, are you there with Lefty right now?
I am not only here with lefty Janine Lesko, I'm also here with Gloria Rogers, 2 icons that are also a part of this iconic weekend. They played in the All-American Girls Baseball League in the 1950s, and now they're here to witness history take place again. Janine, when you look around at all the fans watching these women take the field for the first time in 70 years, how do you feel?
I feel like we've done what we came back to do, and that's to get women to have the opportunity to play baseball.
Gloria, we were just joking a little bit earlier about how we see so many women. Rockford Peaches outfit, the team that you played for in the 1950s. When you see the impact that you have been able to make, especially having a whole movie, The League of Your Own, that we all know and love about you, and now you see the direct reaction of those women on the field, What are you thinking?
It just makes you feel wonderful, and I'm so proud, not only for the baseball, but for women and everything. And I hope baseball can do as well as Caitlin Clark in the basketball.
What has been your favorite part of this weekend so far? We're here in day 2. I know you both were here for day 1 as well. What has excited you the most?
People hitting the ball like that out in the outfield, they could hit them over these fences. We've been going to the MLB practices that many of these girls have attended, and I'm so thankful for the national MLB players that are here. They've taught them so well and given them such an opportunity to girls be able to play baseball or softball, but to not have to go and play. If they want to play baseball, they should be allowed to play baseball. That's been my goal. I'm happy to see it. This is really an advanced preparation for that to happen. Hopefully it will one day. But right now, these are the prime people who have worked hard and really spent their time in the summers training to play baseball just like men can.
Being able to play baseball exactly the way that you did and have so many people show up to want to be here to watch. Why did you want to make sure you were here for this historic weekend, Gloria?
This is a highlight of my life. This is what I wanted to do. As AAG PBL people, we have a lot of things that we can attend, and we can't attend all of them. This was mine. This is the one I wanted to see. And I got to see my good friend, Maggie Fox, hit the first hit last night. So that's really exciting for me because I followed her all the way through. But it's just great to be here. Wonderful.
Well, we all want to thank you both for your impact and paving the way on the road that these women now get to walk to then inspire the next generation. The All-American girls baseball players here watching the WPBL.
Thank you so much.
All eyes right now here on Kelsey Whitmore. She's got some padding as her teammates in front of her have driven in a couple of runs just this inning. Back-to-back hits, driving in 2 runs, so 3-0 Firebells on top. Swing and a miss as Patchen takes a little bit off of that one.
The balance that this league has shown with having stars like Kelsey Whitmore in the present, some of the younger talent that will really be the future of women's baseball, and then the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League alums that we saw from so long ago.
And Whitmore launches this one into center, but it will be caught as it was held up, and Haas was there to make the grab. So there's 2 away. That'll bring up Jill Albayati.
That's a solid swing. If you're Kelsey Whitmore, you know, okay, that is something to build on. She grounded out her first time up, hits a hard line drive high in the air out to center field. She is trending in the right direction.
Great job by AJ with the interview there with Lefty Lesko and Mac Rogers. I loved how Mac pointed out Maggie Fox, saying that was her favorite thing yesterday. You know, she came here to see Maggie get her first hit.
The first hit in the WPBL history. And the fact that they're friends, just how generational women's baseball in this community really is. Yes, you have a friend who played over 70 years ago in a league, and you're getting to play right now here in 2026.
Albayati watches this one sail in. She's patient here. She doubled her first trip up to the plate back in the first and scored the very first run for the Firebells. San Francisco up 3-0 right now. That'll be a souvenir going to the right side. Just like these athletes right here. These ball players were probably fans of, watching the league of their own, and then knowing about the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, fans of them, and then being able to do what they do right now and having them be fans of themselves. Just so many generations that it spans, and the connections are truly genuine.
And Kelsey Whitmore said that that's one of her favorite movies. She's seen it 100 times. Definitely inspirational to reflect on going into this weekend.
Payoff pitch coming here for Albayati. She'll dig back in. She likes to stay very close to the plate. You can see with her bat over. She'll take, and it'll be called third strike. She'll be caught looking, trying to fake out and go to first. But she is retired on opening weekend, the historic inaugural season. Save that ticket.
And save that onesie, too. Rocking some pinstripes, a classic look.
So cute. Look at all the fans here. Another young fan. Loved yesterday, too, when we were talking to young fans in the stands. There's a little tapper right by the plate. As Kelsey Whitmore will face 4, 5, and 6. It's Kim at the plate right now. But as AJ was interviewing fans, and one was a young boy, Miles, and he talked about, hey, this is just MLB.
You get it, Miles.
He does. Maybe he's back. I've met some fans early today that they were here yesterday and back again today, making the road trip in. They're staying here for 2.
Initially with the snake draft, but Kim is a defining figure with Korean women's baseball. So Whitmore was a little careful with her. Puts her over at first base.
Some elements that the Firebells and Hunters will have to deal with here today is the sunshine, as Whitmore's actually looking into the sun. The sun is setting on the left side of the diamond. She'll walk another batter here. So back-to-back walks. There's 2 on, none away. That'll bring up Allie Schroeder, who's a star for Canada on both sides. She pitches and bats and plays positional player. She's the first base for the Hunters. But as I'm mentioning, they're battling the elements yesterday with the wind, the rain, the cold. Here today, it's warm, it's hot. The sun, we'll see how it is setting on the left side right into the eyes of Whitmore.
And she needed that first pitch strike right there to Schroeder. It's captain on captain right now. Schroeder leading the way for the Hunters on that side. But Whitmore with the 1-2-3 inning last time around, back-to-back walks, getting behind in the count early for the last couple of hitters, looking to make that adjustment here. And she does, going 0-2.
When you see the first 2 batters get on, with walks, you can be a little patient then at the plate. Waiting for that first strike to cross. Stadium lights have been on the entire game since pitch number 1. And look at that, some more players from yesterday with the Queens getting some pictures and autographs with fans there right in the stands. Where else could you do that? A swing and a miss, ball dropped. And I think she got it right in the glove there because she didn't have to throw down. So there's one away as Schroeder goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Denver Bryant, the third baseman.
That was a good adjustment there from Whitmore. He talked about back-to-back walks, coming back with the strikeout. Sometimes you really, as a pitcher, just have to get hitters to just miss. Miss enough, something in the air, something on the ground that your defense can work with. But sometimes it's helpful to get that out at the plate to get on track.
Bryant, we saw, the flash of the glove at third base and how she was dancing with the music after. I think she is right here serious, though, now in the box.
Whitmore's been taking advantage of about a ball or so off that outside corner. That one a little bit too far that time. But, hey, if you're going to get the call, keep throwing it there.
She was jammed. That'll go to second. The tag to the runner and a throw. It'll be errant to first base. Here comes a run for the Hunters. She'll stand up safely as the runner then goes to second with the ball sailing away from the first baseman. So the Hunters are on the board.
A tough miscue in that situation. As an infielder, you're of course trying to get that runner in front of you. She makes the tag to get the out, but the throw just doesn't quite get her feet set. That's where it really all starts, your bottom half to get you set up to make an accurate throw over to first. Did get an out of it though.
Beth Greenwood up to the plate. She's the catcher here for the Hunters. Also player coach. Well respected by the players here, has a lot of connections as far as helping other players, even on, I know, on other teams, helping them get into baseball. Throw down to third base, sliding in safely, losing her helmet is Bryant. Aggressive here on the base pass.
And that's what you have to do, is put pressure on the defense. We talked yesterday about getting that uniform dirty. You mentioned A League of Their Own earlier. They used to say dirt in the skirt. Well, they're getting dirt all on their brand new uniforms here as they debut and make more history.
Greenwood, one of the most accomplished and influential figures in women's baseball today. Member of Team USA, silver medalist in 2024 fly ball. That'll go out of play. But I know when I talked to Maggie Fox, she was so excited to say, hey, I live down the street from Beth Greenwood, and, to have that connection with her, that's what the players just love. And I know when at the University of Baseball, Andréane LeBlanc steps up to the plate. Got a righty-lefty matchup. She'll take first pitch. Her first at-bat, she singled to right, driving in the first run for the Firebells. She hit it hard, too, right off the wall. I think LeBlanc took a look at it, and after she hit it, she felt like she crushed it over. I think everybody did. I did, too. And then it just stayed in. Right now, looking at the flag, though, in center field, there is no wind blowing. This would be a great time to crush a ball.
Yeah, much more still than yesterday.
She'll take her time, though, and head to first base as she has walked. The second walk allowed by Pageant here in today's contest. That brings up Alexia George. George with Team USA last week. She grounded out to third back in the first.
And Pageant's still out there on the hill right now, so that's something that Keith Folk is deciding, hey, we're going to stick with her. She ran into a little bit of trouble back in the second, but ended with a backwards K. Starts off with a walk here, so we'll be curious to see how she manages this traffic here in the third.
Mentioning, the skipper, Keith Folk, he knows really, as a pitcher himself, one of the top closers during his time, what to say to a pitcher, what to really look out for, too. They might say they're okay, but he sees something different. And hit by pitch there, so there's two on, and that'll bring up Ella De Bedard. And let's go in the stands to AJ with some lucky fans who have a Kelsey bobblehead.
Quick break from the action, guys. And to those of you who've already subscribed or clicked to like and follow us, we certainly thank you. And you probably already received your free gift, and you can skip ahead. But for those of you who have not yet clicked that subscribe or follow button, we would like to ask you to do that for us because it really helps the channel. And we really appreciate those who support us so that we can keep making great content and growing this channel. So stay until the end of this video where we'll say thank you for watching and supporting us, but we'll do it in a tangible way you can personally enjoy and one that really brings actual value to you by giving you your choice of one of these 21 great digital guides or manuals you see on the screen right now covering a wide array of useful subjects, and you'll even be able to read their table of contents before you decide. And that's how we know that each one of you will find something helpful and beneficial to your life's current journey or your future goals. They're valued between $19 and $27, but completely free. We'll see you at the end of the video and then provide you the simple steps to go get it and select yours. Now back to the action, folks.
Yes, Lisa, remember when I talked about earlier, the community in the WPBL will travel. And right now I have 3 individuals that traveled from Colorado Springs to Georgia to drive all the way here to make sure they were able to watch their favorite player pitch, Kelsey Whitmore, holding the Kelsey Whitmore bobblehead. I have Tristan. Tristan, why did you want to make sure you were here to watch your favorite player pitch on the mound today?
Because why were you excited to be here to watch Kelsey pitch?
Because I'm excited to watch baseball. Duh.
Why is Kelsey your favorite player?
Because
Remember her former team? The Bananas.
the bananas. Banana.
The Bananas. Do you play baseball, Tristan?
No.
You don't? You just enjoy watching amazing talent on the field. I love it. And please tell me, Michelle, why it is that you wanted to make sure you traveled so that Tristan was able to be here to watch history take place.
Absolutely. I think it's really important for us to support women's baseball, women's sports in general. And I think it's very important that we start with our young youth of all genders. And it's important that he doesn't see just the MLB, which sadly they're not here to support our women's baseball team, but he can see that women too can play the sport. We can play it just as hard, and we are equal, if you will. So it's fair. And he has had actually more fun yesterday and today at the women's baseball than he does when we take him to the men's baseball teams.
Well, Tristan, Michelle, I'm so glad that you are both here to watch history take place. You get to take home a bit of history with the Kelsey Whitmore bobblehead. And Tristan, I'm excited to watch you continue to have some fun. Right? All right. Community travels to be here for the WPBL.
All right. Thank you so much, AJ. I loved what those fans said right there, that they're having more fun here than they do at an MLB game. So come out to the ballpark. We'll be here all season at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois. You're going to have fun when you're here. Bases are loaded. Check swing. Didn't go, said the umpire in the field. That's Kelly Elliott Dine. It's Kaplan here at the plate.
And you can look, ooh, that was very close.
No replay to check that.
Yeah, no video review.
Bases juice. This one's coming back almost to us. Look at that. Another souvenir. Bobbleheads, baseballs. You got to love it. And the fans they are enjoying it here today. And big cheers to anybody and everybody that's catching a foul ball. Has the W logo on it of the WPBL. You can't find that anywhere else. And I heard fans say, they're not even selling those balls. And I'm like, yeah, you got to catch one.
You got to come out.
That's right. Righty-lefty matchup here with Kaplan. She doubled and scored a run back in the second. Firebells up right now 3-1. Payoff pitch coming with the bases juiced. No outs. And that'll just miss upstairs outside. Kaplan patient, and she'll walk in a run.
A classic RBI walk there for Kaplan, but yes, the discipline paying off, and that is a tough way to allow another run to come in. Not surprised to see a conversation right now as Greenwood, who we mentioned is a player coach as well. She's the battery mate with Padgham. Behind the dish, having that conversation, being that leader now with her on the mound.
So Joelle Leguizamon will come to the plate. First-round draft pick, drafted 9th overall, grounded out to 3rd her first trip up. So 0 for 1 today. She's waiting as we got a quick little meeting on the mound between Greenwood and her pitcher, Padgham. Padgham struggling a little bit here in the 3rd as she has walked 2, hit 1 batter, walked in a run.
Not seeing any activity in the bullpen on the Hunter side either as of now.
Upstairs, and oh, that'll catch right at the letters there. This ball's hit up in the air to the right side, going back into the corner, and it'll fall just to the right of the chalk line by the bullpen in right field. Open bullpens here at Robin Roberts Stadium.
Kim getting the start out in right field for the Hunters today. Dealing with some sun. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, Lisa, because of the time of day. It's just after 7:30 local time here in Springfield, and the sun starting to go down. So some of the outfielders wearing those sunglasses to help protect.
This one's hit hard to the left side. It will drop in as launching is Gellenholz. She won't come up with it. Here comes a run being waved home. Another for the Firebells and held up at third base. So 2 more runs cross the plate in George and Dave Bedard.
Leguizamon making it look easy, man. I mean, wow, just absolutely takes advantage. The all-out effort in left, but she waited on this beautifully. Turns on the pitch, and you can see the effort from Geldenhuis. But once it gets past you as the outfielder, you are the last line of defense. It gives runners a lot of time to get around the bases. And yes, this is the moment, no surprise, to see some activity in the bullpen.
First pitch to Jua Park, she'll take, it'll miss away. Righty-righty matchup. Both runners in scoring position for the Firebells. Six runs have crossed the plate. Nice lead there as the Firebells still no outs here in this inning. And there, that ball launched and off the glove of the center fielder. Here comes Kaplan. Held up at third base is Leguizamon. And at second base is Park. The crowd loves it.
That's a little too much white of the plate, and Park makes her pay. I mean, she got things going down in that 9 spot in the lineup. You got to appreciate the effort there out in center as well. But had an RBI single her first time up, backs it up with another RBI double. Talk about 1 through 9 having a threat. The Fireballs have been productive all the way through.
Still no outs. We're back up to the top of the order for the Firebells. First pitch, it'll go down the line at third base. Throw, good effort, won't make it. Here comes the throw home. Tag applied too late, and runners are running everywhere. Safe at the corners at first and third. So Leguizamon squeezes in and picks up a run.
This is really close in terms of fair or foul. The diving attempt there from third base to try to make the play. Tough to tell exactly where it was over third base, and extremely close. But Bryant with a great effort. And the Firebells continue to put pressure on the defense, sending that runner home.
Kelsey Whitmore comes to the plate. She has seen that her teammates in front of her, all these runs scored. Similar to back in the second. She's 0 for 2 today, though, with a ground out and a fly out. I'm sure she wants in on this action right here. The pitch. This one is hit high up in the air to left field, going back all the way to the fence and having to come in and judge the ball is Geldenhuis. She'll throw it in. That'll be a sacrifice fly. And Whitmore drives in a run here in the third.
The first WPBL RBI for Kelsey Whitmore. And the Firebells just continue to pass the bat. They took advantage of some freebies with a couple of walks and a hit by pitch, but they have also delivered with runners on base, runners in scoring position.
That'll bring up the left fielder, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Firebells, Jill Albayeti. Albayeti is 1 for 2 today, doubled, scored a run in the first, then struck out looking back in the second. Eight-run lead here for the Firebells.
And that was the first out, by the way. Like, they have just been relentless, and it was still an intelligent and productive out. A sacrifice fly is a good at-bat.
Firebells scored 1 in the first, 2 more in the second, and then the floodgates just opened up here in the third. And as you mentioned, Jenna, that was just the first out, so they scored a bunch of runs before the last one with the sac fly.
7 different Firebells have scored in this game already. 7. 3 through 9 have all scored. And Gentiloni and Whitmore in the 1 and 2 spot, they both have RBIs.
Everybody's getting in on this offensive production here today. Long fly ball, slicing foul right side. Matt Williams, who's coaching third base, he's got to be happy with that big lead right here. I talked to him before the game, and yes, that's the Matt Williams who played 17 seasons in the big leagues. And I said, you know, does this feel like a big league opening day? You know, does it feel like what you felt like as far as the jitters, or just what are you experiencing? Strike 3 called. There's out number 2 as Albayeti goes down. And we've batted around. LeBlanc will come to the plate, and he said yes. He's like, it's all the same. You're excited. You know, you got some opening day jitters. He said it's just like when he was a player in the big leagues. He was really happy to have his, you know, have a nice, beautiful day here weather-wise, and the field so, you know, well kept that they could actually get out on the field. First time for them to get out and take some infield, outfield, BP, and kind of check everything out. LeBlanc at the plate. She's 1 for 1 with the walk, drove in a run, throw down to second. It'll be off the mark and go into center, and that'll be a stolen base there. Gentiloni standing up at second base, snuck in.
Eight-run lead, not afraid to steal.
Inside, that'll tap off of LeBlanc, and she'll head to first base. Alexia George coming to the plate.
I think at this point, we're looking at a potential change at any given time here with Padgham. I think possibly slightly overdue. We did see some activity in the bullpen. Don't see anyone over there as of right now. But this is a tough spot to be in. Yes, there are 2 outs, but a couple of hit batters, couple of walks in the mix here along with these base hits.
Yeah, it's a long inning here for Padgham as Folk comes, and he does take the ball from her. And it's the new era. Call to the bullpen as
You came out earlier. You look like you're getting ready to swing. You think you still got it?
Are you kidding? Babe Ruth has nothing on me. I can show him a thing or two.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. You talked about earlier how this is the happiest day of your life, and that you breaking 4 ribs was not going to stop you from being here to make history. Why were you not going to let anything get in the way of you being here?
I'll tell you, I actually wouldn't have been able to come, but the New York Mets, now listen to this, sent an airplane after me special. They not be able to play a lick, but they are sure good people, I'll tell you. But wait till next year, we'll clean their plow. But anyway, I was very fortunate, and here I am. And when I get back home, I'm going to go back into the rest home and get cured.
Your energy here is making a big impact, more than I don't even know if you realized. But someone who you've made a huge impact on is the starting pitcher tonight for the Firebells, Kelsey Whitmore. You have a close relationship with her. You were there for her during her draft party, and recently you guys made a video where she said, wouldn't it be cool, Maybelle, if there was a league just like you had in the 40s? Well, it is here. Is cool still the word you would use to describe it, or is there another one?
No, I tell you, this is going to be it. These girls out here can play baseball. I have watched them, and I've seen them grow up. And by George, if they don't do it, I'm going to kick them in the rear, and they'll be wishing they had never doubted me. They will be playing ball, and we got to keep that little flag waving for the next generations to come. And that's my goal in life, as long as I'm on this side of the dirt. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but as long as I'm on this side of the dirt, we're going to have women's playing baseball.
Have women playing baseball, and you're going to be there to support them just the same way have always been there to support Kelsey Whitmore. Thank you so much for the icon that you are, Maybelle.
Hey, you know you're overdoing it, but you know what? I like it. Call me that again, would you?
Icon.
I love it. Thank you.
That's great, Mabel. She's so feisty, isn't she, Jenna? I hope that after saying that about the Mets that she has a plane ride home now. They got her here, but I'm not sure now. She's getting back. Slicing foul left side. New pitcher on the hill is Micah Dumais, righty from Quebec, Canada. Dumais working on Alexia George right here. She'll put this one into right center. It'll drop right in. Getting waved home for the Firebells is another run. And that's Jenna Loney.
And that's how to keep the momentum on your team's side. A new pitcher comes in, but you make an adjustment. Your first hit of the game, your first RBI of the game in George's situation. And she just timed that perfectly to send it opposite way and keep the momentum on the Firebells side.
So Ella de Behard steps up to the plate. David Ard is hit by a pitch. The bases are loaded here. Skylar Kaplan will come to the plate.
The free passes come back to bite you. I mentioned there have been a couple of walks already. Some hit by pitches. Nearly all of them have scored.
So a righty-lefty matchup here with Kaplan at the plate. She's 1 for 1 today with a double. Walked once, scored 2 runs. Up in the air, it's skied. Waiting for it is left fielder Geldenhuis. She'll bring it in, and that'll retire the Firebirds as they leave the bases loaded, but score.
Haas is from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And I think the key here is just have a solid at-bat. Of course, you want to get on base for your team to get things going.
And there's a nice hit to right, but it'll go into the glove of Kaplan. So Haas is retired. 1 pitch. Fly out to right.
That is efficiency. You will take that all day long if you're Kelsey Whitmore. I mentioned before, you just want to get hitters to just miss. Let that defense work. If you can keep the pitch count a little bit lower, that was number 39 on the day so far for Kelsey Whitmore. That's ideal.
especially after, getting a long time off, sitting on the bench, watching your teammates score a bunch of runs for you. And she got in on the action too. That ball is up in the air into center field, twisting, turning, and going all the way back is Day Bedard. She'll bring it in, and that's a long, loud fly out off the bat of Blunt.
2 quick outs for Kelsey Whitmore.
They had just a few pitches there. 2 away. That'll bring up the shortstop, Edith Delea. Delea grounded out to second her first trip up. Hit a hefty 545 last week with Mexico up in Rockford in World Cup group stage. Big bat up here in the top of the, up at the top of the lineup for the Hunters. Bat's in the second slot. Sun is starting to set, so now the shadows are on the field and the lights are on. No sun, I don't believe, is in anyone's eyes now. Big cut, swing and a miss upstairs. It's Lamphere High School that's right next to us, so the sun sets right behind that building.
And the fact that the light is the same across the entire field now is very helpful for players, because the sun can be in your eyes, but then there are shadows on some parts of the field. It's light on other parts of the field. You have to adjust your eyes to that, and now it's all even across the board as the sun sets.
Whitmore deals just missing there. We can see the sunset, just the blaze right there as it sneaks over onto the beautiful diamond of Robin Roberts. Named after Robin Roberts, the Hall of Famer who actually went to Lamphere High School next door. So they named the field after him, and now the baseball team, the high school, gets to play right here at Robin Roberts Stadium. It's kind of cool, right?
And this stadium opened in 1925.
And crushed over into right. It'll drop in for a base hit. So with 2 away, De Leon finds her way on base. That'll bring up Rain Padgham, or actually, that'll be Micah Dumais as she came in for Padgham.
The thing about baseball is you have some opportunity for redemption. Padgham had a tough time out on the mound, especially there in the 3rd inning with 6 runs coming across. Now she has an opportunity to contribute offensively. She's been taken out off the mound so far after her start, but you can still do something for your team. And actually, it looks like that is Micah Dumais, who came in for Padgham. So she's got an opportunity to help herself out.
Two pitchers matching up against each other right now. Dumais came in after Kelsey batted, so Kelsey has not seen her, but Kelsey gets to pitch to Dumais right now. Throw it at first, checking the runner, keeping her honest. There is action in the bullpen for the Firebells right now. Long fly ball to right. It'll stay up though, and incoming is Kaplan. She'll squeeze it in her glove, and that'll do it. So that'll leave 1 on here for the Hunters. They come up empty as
off here at a neutral site, of course, but that is the type of thing we're used to seeing in baseball, and to see these women get to represent those cities is really special. And I love how all 4 teams have been honored on both days so far in opening weekend. Yesterday, the Firebells and the Hunters were there at opening ceremonies. Today, of course, the Queens and the Heights getting their due as well.
And the fans up on their feet, cheering for the Queens and the Heights. And it was hard to tell yesterday which team it seemed like they were going for the Queens yesterday and really rooting for them. But I know the fans will start kind of finding their favorites off the end of the bat. That'll drop in for a base hit into short center. So Joelle there at first base. Nice bit of hitting here to lead off in the top of the fourth. Firebells on top. They have the 9-run advantage right now. That'll bring up Jua Park. Park is a perfect 2 for 2 today. Singled in her first trip, drove in a run, and then doubled and scored a run.
Hunters keeping a close eye on Leguizamon over there. They'll take it out any way they can get it right now. They need to get back in, pick up the bats. Especially when you got a hot hitter at the plate right now like Jua Park. Said it, a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs. She's a threat there in the 9 spot.
We mentioned the 2 managers for the Firebells, Matt Williams, the former big leaguer. The other coaches, though, for the Firebells, Jeff England and Sam Unger. And then on the other side for the Hunters, Keith Folk, manager, 11-year MLB, big-time relief pitcher, and his coaches are Carraven Dew and Beth Greenwood. Greenwood in the lineup today as she is catching right now.
Greenwood she's coached on the pro side before. She's director of baseball development for Baseball for All.
Fly ball into center field, racing for it, unable to come up with it. It'll roll by the fence. Or actually, she caught it and back to first base. Scrambling is Joelle. What a catch. The fans on their feet. As Haas out there in center field, she raced to her left and made the grab.
Covering a ton of ground here. Extension. She was still going backwards into the gap. Gets up quickly, though, to get that throw off, forcing Leguizamon to get all the way back to first base. Sometimes the momentum that you need for your team comes on defense, and that could be a moment for Boston to build on.
Oh, boy, I'd build on that. Look at, with the snow cone catch, too. That's where I thought it was like popping out of her glove. And then when you take a closer look at it, you see how she just squeezed it in after launching her whole body. Because she needed it. She needed the whole extension of her arm and everything to get to it. When I talked to Haas before the game, that we're from the same area, and I asked her, I didn't remember her playing baseball a lot. She said she played baseball her first 2 years of high school and played JV, and then went on to play softball the next 2 years. So she played for Dwyer High School in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. She's from Jupiter. Nobody here in the stands. I asked her family, friends here, and she said, not yet. So I know you're all back home cheering for her and probably leaped out of your seats as she was leaping after that ball. There's Haas there. Haas just graduated. She went to 2 colleges, the College of Central Florida and Middle Georgia State. And once she graduated, she went right back to baseball. She has been trying to find, just like all these other athletes here, any place that she could play baseball. Any tournament, any men's team, anything. And now they all get to play together here in the WPBL. There's a ground ball. That might shoot through, and it does, into left. So 2 on here for the Firebells.
It's 3 straight singles for Jenna Loney. That is consistency. She struck out her first time up and made a very quick adjustment, got RBIs the past couple of at-bats, has been on time, and that is the key. She's been successful there in the top spot.
She is sneaky getting on. Jenna Loney taking a big lead there at first base. Whitmore at the plate. She'll take as that pitch goes way wide of the plate.
I think a lot of fans here anxiously awaiting the first hit from Kelsey Whitmore in the WPBL. She did have the sac fly, did get her first RBI last time up.
Big cut, swing and a miss. It's going to feel so good when she does get that for herself, too. I know that's what she's working on here. Having a great time on the mound, and she's got a lot of runs behind her to support her, too. Two on, just one away. That one will miss too. Whitmore, I've noticed too, I got to watch her bat live last week up in Rockford. She's very selective, very patient, very good hitter at the plate. She's not going to just swing at anything. If you get her, it's because it's a good pitch. There's a chopper up the middle, come back her to the pitcher. She'll throw to second, relay throw to first. It'll be in time, and that twin killing gets the Hunters out 5 and 6. Hee-Hana Kim will come to the plate. She walked and scored a run back in the second. First pitch strike delivered at the belt. That one will sail away.
A tough first batter to face if you are Eckert in this situation.
And then a launch out of play right side. The field was so beautiful when I got to go on it before the game during BP, as we couldn't really yesterday, but just to see it, I saw the groundskeeper Jeff Martin, and we talked a little bit about how he was able to keep it dry. Jammed ground ball, gobbled up by the shortstop, and the throw will be errant off the glove of LeBlanc, so safe at first base is Kim. But I had to look it up really quick, but he was explaining to me, he said he did not water the field, didn't need it as far as since Thursday, and because there was so much moisture and it was going to rain, and that he said the materials used on it, used all through the infield. We saw being sprinkled right before the game yesterday, before he chalked the box too and lined the field, that it was all dry, never wetted it down, because he said that, the field just had so much moisture. It was going to be continue to rain during the game, and it just acted like a million little sponges.
And the defense just playing off that field right now. I mean, we saw the error there on that throw, a bit of a short hop as it was delivered over to LeBlanc. She didn't really get a glove on it. So an opportunity here for the Hunters to get something going. We talked about how you want to see fight from your team. We talked about that later in the game yesterday as the Queens were down to the Heights on opening day, and then they came up with the comeback. Now, they didn't quite have a 9-run deficit like Boston does, but you want to at least have something to build on moving forward, and there's still a lot of game left.
Ooh, a big breaking ball there delivered, and Glendon Hoos just knocks it away. She's like, yeah, that's not the pitch I want to go after right now. Off the end of the bat, that'll go foul. I love her. Look at her batting gloves. The colors just glow in there. The different greens. Goes right with the Hunters. Their green color. And she'll lace it into left, racing after it. She's got to get in front of it, is the left fielder, Albayati. So racing to second base is Glendon Hoos. Glendon Hoos at second.
I think she likes her batting gloves too, especially if they help her do something like this. Perfect timing on that to hit the line drive out into the green. And of course, her teammate making her way over to third now. So some ducks on the pond here for the Hunters. They have something going here with no outs.
Geldenhuis, you can see she's wrapping her black oven mitt on, so she's ready to slide. Taking a big lead at second base. That brings up Allie Schroeder. Two on in scoring position here for the Hunters. They're down by 9. Fly ball pop up, and that will go foul right side. And boy, those are big cheers there for the foul ball. And there's Kelsey Whitmore. She's out in the field.
And she goes from commanding things on the mound to commanding the outfield out there in center. She had a nice start for the Firebells, too, on the mound. Went to 3 innings. Gave up a couple of hits, just the 1 run. Had a strikeout. Just 1 strikeout, too. She did a nice job of just being efficient. The first inning and the 3rd inning, both 1, 2, 3. 52 pitches overall that she threw. Pretty good appearance there for her first time starting for San Francisco.
Swing and a miss. Ball dropped. Catcher throws to first. That's a strikeout, so there's 1 away. Denver Bryant will come up to the plate. So Whitmer, her first time now getting used to, she was on the mound the whole time. Now she's in center, and she hasn't played out there yet. And this is her first time getting used to what center field is like out there, what the lights are like, what the wind is like. Slight breeze. We can see the flag in center blowing left to right. Not gusting as much at all as yesterday. Ball, runners will advance. A run will score for the Hunters.
Makes the tag. Just a little breeze out there, as you can see the flag moving. But I think a nice touch, really. But a tough moment there with the balk, allowing another run to score. But it's something, again, Boston, as long as you put pressure on, if you put the ball in play, if you get on base, that's when good things can happen.
Road. So runner at third base right now. Foul ball off the bat of Bryant. She was on and because of an error her first trip. Now she wants to get her first base hit or any kind of hit. Doesn't have to be a base hit. Won't chase that one. I just had a furry friend come and visit me. We've got a, I wouldn't say a club, or I guess I almost said clubhouse mascot here, but more like a press box mascot. Mr. Robinson, a cute little dog. He won't come. He's trying to get my turkey sandwich. Swing and a miss. As Bryant trying to catch up to that pitch.
Our PA announcer here in Springfield, CJ Silas.
Won't
her dog. She said to me earlier, I'm sorry if he comes over and bother you. I was like, I don't think that's possible. He's not going to bother me.
He is too cute. That'll bring Bryant back to the plate. We welcome anybody, even our furry friends here at the ballpark. Mark and go. Everybody's welcome in the WPBL. One on here for the Hunters. Next pitch, that'll miss. Eckert in her first inning of relief here. She's had 2 runners on, 1 in error, 1 a base hit, struck out 1, balked and not a run to score. We're in the bottom of the 4th, and the Firebells have a big lead, an 8-run lead. Two on here for, and another swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts picked up here for Eckert, and now she'll work on the vet, Beth Greenwood. Greenwood grounded out back in the 2nd, so 0 for 1 so far today.
It's a nice job. You know, you come in to relieve, give up a double. The balk brings in the run, but then you go back-to-back strikeouts, getting comfortable.
After throwing a lot of balls outside, she's coming inside, nearly hits Greenwood, who pops out of the way.
Nice job behind the dish, though, to keep that in front. Just turn into a wall. Just let it hit her chest protector. Stays in front of her, runner stays put.
See the tricolor bat there of Beth Greenwood. I talked to a couple of players before the game in BP about the bats, finding out what they like the best as she knocks this one foul. But they're using one like that, a Supra, a Louisville Slugger, also an Icon with Rawlings. And it can either be a two-piece or one-piece. You know, it's a preference on the batter. And that's a two-piece, as you can see right there. So another one is a high fire. I'm trying to learn all these new bats now. And no one, like I said, I'm sure someone will bring out a wooden bat at one point. You know, they're going to try it out. But right now, mostly using these types of bats. And, you know, not so picky on the colors. Of course, it's nice to get the colors that you like, but really, you just want the bat to feel good. Because that's what I asked a few players, too, as Greenwood walks, is do you pick a bat because of the colors, you know, the flash there, or another reason there? Yeah, they're like, well, we like to get the color that we like, but it's got to, you know, really feel good for me.
It's the feel, yeah, absolutely. Of course, if you get the colors you want, that is the cherry on top. But it's all about how it feels.
We'll have another run across the plate for the Hunters, a balk, and Greenwood then will go back to the plate. So we'll have a little meeting on the mound, too. Everyone's going to reset now after that.
As they should. You know, a couple of balks now to advance runners.
I think even the skip Falk is, you know, trying to figure out maybe no balk now and dead ball. So trying to hash that through. We've got two really good umpires here today with lots of experience. Matt Williams, you can say he's not as happy right now, but trying to figure out, yeah, let's get things going. What's going on? But the two umpires, two women umpires, both with a lot of experience. Both of them have only umpired in baseball. They wanted to. I talked to them before the game, and they wanted that to be known because they said, "Come up."
I wonder if they'll find a way to fit in Bell somewhere in the name, whether it's Maybell, Firebells.
I was thinking that too, like something, some connection right here, right?
Maybe Belmont.
Robin Roberts. I don't know.
Yeah,
right?
you know, right.
Like there's all kinds of things that you can pull from. That's what, as the season goes, we'll see. There's a sharp hit into center, but waiting for it is Haas. She's patrolling that center field, going to her right, going to her left, and just coming up, catching every ball coming her way.
And that came off the bat quick. She read that really nicely. Not a lot of time to react to it, and covered ground really seamlessly. So you could see it's hit well out there. She's moving to her right, sees it all the way in her glove. I think for young players, keep an eye on that. Notice how she did that because those are the fundamentals.
Yeah, got to read it right away. Take a good first step. Andréane LeBlanc is at the plate, the lefty. She'll take a pitch. Twirls her bat, takes a look at it. She's had a good day at the plate. She's been on the base pass 3 times today. First at bat, picked up the hit, drove in a run, then walked and was hit by a pitch. She scored a run here today, too. She'll swat this one by the plate. That went off of her, I think, too, didn't it? I don't know. She's walking around. She's taking it better than the big leaguers, I'll tell you that. They're usually like, they're taking a long lap around.
And that can stink. That doesn't feel good.
And they usually have, the guards on. She has nothing.
Yeah, she's going just all natural.
I'm just waiting to see if anyone's not wearing batting gloves, too. Looks like everyone's got batting gloves here, though, so far. She has such a great eye, very patient at the plate. She has a powerful bat. We saw it in her first at-bat, but then just so patient, too. She's not a free swinger. And so she's walked and, was hit by a pitch. And she's taken her time in this at-bat, too. Full count on LeBlanc. She'll swat. It'll go foul. Little tip right there.
Slightly anxious swing on that one. Tell she really wanted it. But it is possible to overswing at times.
Next pitch, she'll pop this one. It'll go into foul territory. Calling for it is Greenwood. She'll miss it. And I heard Danae Benitez, catcher, yesterday in the game, and she talked about, not only the weather elements, but it is tricky when you have not played in a field before, and it's just going to take them time. So right there, too, Beth probably just like, okay, I wasn't sure, what am I feeling right here, the lights and everything.
Yeah, and we actually do have a new catcher back there, Hyuna Kim. She started out in the outfield, right? And so she hasn't been in this position all game. She's caught plenty of times throughout her life. But to get used to Robin Roberts Stadium with the lights, all of these things, and those are so hard to catch. Those foul balls, you don't have the vision that everyone else on the field has when it's to your right or left or even behind you. As a catcher, you have the mask on. You have to find it really, really quickly. And she did her best on that one, but those are tough.
Good catch there. That's Kim, as you mentioned, behind the plate. Little tapper. That's Alexia George. She's 1 for 2. She's been on base twice, hit by a pitch once, scored a run, drove in 1. At the letter strike. Home plate umpire Janet Thomas McKean. She's calling those high strikes right there. And that one is into right field, over the head, off the wall. Racing to third base is LeBlanc. The throw coming in, racing to second. And the tag is applied to George. So trying to stretch that single to a double, and she's out at second base. LeBlanc makes it safely to third. There's 2 away.
Well hit, but this is why you don't give up on the play. Take a look at this throw in. It's right on the money on the relay and placing the tag, knowing the situation as well, knowing, okay, I still have a play at second base. The tag is just as important as the throw. It's put on perfectly. Delea finishing the play there, and that was a big out for Boston.
And we've got a pinch hitter here. Jordan Eister will come to the plate. A lefty from Royal Oak, Michigan. That's the other thing that the fielders are going to learn now after playing at this field the next few outings and stuff, how the ball hits off of the wall. How hard it'll hit off the wall. Will it die? Will it come back quickly? And then how quickly, as this ball is, wow, crushed to right, but it hangs up. There's no wind helping it at all. And Kim is there to make the grab. So for the Hunters, that's Kate Blunt. So Blunt with the free pass. She walks to first. And wow, look at the upcoming schedule. Here we go. So we've got LA versus New York. Or actually, wait.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday, yeah. I got to take a different look at it really quick.
But really, Saturday, Sunday for the first 2 for opening weekend. Monday, Tuesday off, like you said, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again, and a doubleheader on Saturday. There's so much baseball to look forward to. This is incredible.
We're just beginning. I mentioned Wednesday's game is Boston. The Hunters are right back at it. They're going to play LA. Then Thursday, it'll be New York and San Francisco. All games 6:30 local time here. And then the doubleheader, so they'll start, the first game will be at 1 o'clock. So that'll start our day off there. Blunt at first base. Strike delivered. We've got a lefty-lefty matchup with the shortstop, Edith Delea at the plate. Delea grounded out her first trip, but then singled. So she's 1 for 2 today. Oh, a big curveball there. She timed it well off of the glove of Eckert, and she just has to try to scramble after it, just not able to come up with it. So Delea sneaks on in to pick up a little hit there.
A nice curveball, as you mentioned, and would have been a fantastic play even if she got it on the second try. She tried to knock it down, but she still had time. It was that second bobble that really allowed Delea to get over on first base. And some of that's just feeling rushed. Sometimes that's really more mental than physical, to be honest, because being able to stay within yourself, especially as a pitcher, I mean, obviously from pitch to pitch, you're the only one along with your catcher who touches the ball in basically every single play. Incredibly mental positions. That's why the battery is so crucial.
And we've got a pinch hitter here for the Hunters, Molly Pattison. She's from Pollenvale, Australia. Another lefty-lefty matchup. She'll take first pitch strike. We've got 2 on right now for the Hunters. Hunters have 3 runs on the board. They scored 1 in the second, 2 more in the fourth. But the Firebells just out-hit them and outscored them and are up by 7. Another big curveball. It goes right 12-6 drop, and she gets the called strike from the home plate umpire.
That has been one of her more successful pitches since she came in to relieve Kelsey Whitmore as well.
Skied, and that'll go foul. The other thing, when the fans are getting these souvenir balls, guess what? They've been muddied up just like the big leaguers. Talk to the umpires. They said they're using the jar of mud from the Mississippi River. So you've just got it all right there.
And a ball that's actually been played with, if you get to keep that as a foul ball, that is so cool.
Get it signed later. That'll miss away. Pattison called third strike on her, and there's 1 away.
Look at this location. Just off that outside corner, but really well placed. That is a pitcher's pitch right there from Eckert. Beautiful way to get a backwards K.
Yana Kim will come up to the plate. Eckert will face a righty finally. She's picked up quite a few strikeouts in her quick innings here of relief. Struck out 3 batters in the fourth, and now just struck out Pattison. She'll be working on Kim here. Kim 0 for 1 today with a walk. Kim has scored 2 runs, though, for the Hunters. With the walk, was aboard back in the fourth on an error, and a balk allowed her to score, so She has scored 2 of the 3 runs. Kim in the cleanup spot for the Hunters. She'll wait on that curveball but can't time it up, and she swings and misses. It's right there in on their hands. Infield playing straight away. That'll be knocked left side. Getting in front of it. Double pumps, throws to first in time. There's 2 away, but that'll advance the runners. So a productive ground out just to advance runners into scoring position here for the Hunters, but there are 2 outs.
A lot of credit to the Firebells pitching staff so far. I mean, Kelsey Whitmore, we talked about her strong start with the first 3 innings. And there has been some traffic that Eckert has been managing, particularly in the 4th inning. For the most part, they have limited together the Hunters to just 2 hits on the day.
We've got a pinch hitter, Lexi Hastings, right here. And first pitch, she's hit on the back. So the bases are now loaded for the Hunters. Allie Schroeder comes to the plate. Schroeder has struck out twice today, both times swinging. She's not going to have an easy time here against Eckert, who, you know, with that big curveball, that 12-6 has been tough for all the hitters. She doesn't get it there. She'll knock it straight up the middle. Fighting back, though, Skylar Kaplan singled up the middle into center. So there's 1 on here for the Firebells. Joelle Laguizarone is at the plate.
We've had some changes, of course, defensively with the changes on the bump. So Sabrina Robinson now over there at first base. Staying real close to Kaplan over there.
Actually, let's correct that as we've got Eckert here and a ground ball to third, getting the force out at second, on base with the fielder's choice. Now comes the pitch hitter. So for Park, we've got Nikki Eckert. Now she'll come to the plate. Swing and a miss.
Taste of her own medicine there with some of that movement.
This is the fun part of the WPBL, just all these switches and changes.
It speaks to the versatility of these ball players.
They've had to for such a long time, you know, be able to play a position and pitch, do it all. And that's what they wanted to do in order to, you know, play anywhere they can baseball, is just to be able to be versatile. Just like Schroeder, you know, at first base and now pitching. She talked about in the press conference before opening weekend about comparing, you know, firefighting and being a baseball player. That slicing foul, racing after it is a left fielder. She won't be able to reach it, and she talked about, she said, you know, there's a lot of athletes as firefighters. And so then she, as a captain, was, you know, looking to bring those same skill set that you need as a firefighter to her team and, you know, share that with her teammates. Just the determination, the work ethic. Those things that she felt as captain that she could definitely contribute to the team here. And that's things that she learned not only on the ball field, but as a firefighter.
Right now, the fire she's fighting are the Firebells at the moment. They have been hot at the plate. She's trying to put that fire out, but it looks like Eckert won this battle.
So Eckert will will head to first base, taking off all her gear there. Looks like a yard sale as she tosses it around. Kaplan going, or actually, check that. Leguizamon over to second base. We've got one away, back up to the top of the order. Amanda Gentiloni, first pitch. She'll hit it way up into the night sky. Could be trouble. And it is. It'll drop foul, though, and return her back to the plate. Two on at first and second here for the Firebells. We are in the top of the sixth. Gentiloni, she stands really straight up in the box. Doesn't crouch down at all. Hugs that plate, and that ball nearly swiped her too. She's slight figured, you know what I mean? But she doesn't care. She muscles her way to take as much of the zone as she possibly can.
And she starts more upright, but she gets more into her legs with the load and the stride after that. And it's all about the rhythm. Hitters can feel whatever feels best to them, what feels like it's in a rhythm for you, but you all get to the same place. The extension, throwing the hands.
Throw to third base, and Bryant was there. She had to leap up and get it so it wouldn't get away from her. Chasing after it. Sneaking in, though. Safely is Leguizamon. Both runners advance to station in scoring position for Gentiloni. She'll hit this one. That'll be another one that curves foul. So right on top of these pitches from Schroeder. Look at the intensity on Schroeder's face. Hard hit on the ground. And Bryant keeps it in front of her, throws to first. The big split there by the first baseman, Robinson. One run will score. But what a play by both corners here.
Bryant has been knocking things down over at the hot corner all day long. She does it here, keeps it in front. Hat flies off as she makes the throw, but talk about a stretch. Robinson enters the game defensively over at first and putting it all out there. I mean, I pulled a muscle just watching that.
I know. I'm always like, wow, that is definitely a nice split there. And I don't know how you do it and pop right back up too. In scoring position, there's a runner for the Firebells, but Whitmore's here at the plate. Looking for a first hit. So far today, she has grounded out, flied out, sac fly to drive in a run, and then hit into a double play her last trip up to the plate. She's moved up in the box a little, and she'll take.
Schroeder just coming in on the mound this inning, but did see some activity. Gigi Schiano was over there warming up in the bullpen.
Big swing and a miss. That's why she moved up in the box too, trying to get in front of any of those breaking balls, but not able to there.
And that is the strategy, right? Do you want to get up in the box to get ahead of the movement, or do you want to be back in the box so you can see the ball for longer? It's what you're comfortable with. Depends on the pitcher. Depends on what you're seeing.
I know Kelsey's excited to have Matt Williams as her skipper. He was happy when he got the first phone call from Whitmore and she said, "Hey, Skip." He's like, "All right, I know I'm in the right place." That'll miss right up at the shoulders of Whitmore. She'll take, and she'll head to first base with the walk. So 2 on here for the Firebells.
He said that was one of the moments where he was like, all right, we're doing this thing. It was something that attracted him to this league, as he talked about the competitive nature of these athletes and just how seriously they take it. Of course, they're enjoying themselves. They love it. They like to have fun, but they are serious ball players. And he did say when she and him talked on the phone, one of the first things she said to him is, "How you doing, Skip?" And that just made it all come full circle.
Most recently, Williams was the third base coach for San Francisco in 2024-25. Now he's here as the skipper for the Firebells. Their San Francisco team too. Fly ball to right. Caught by the right fielder for the Hunters, and that'll do it. Firebells leave. So Albayati on the hill. She'll face 7, 8, and 9. Denver Bryant will step up to the plate here. I'm surprised she's not dancing with everybody that's dancing in the seats right now. Music's loud, fans are up, and usually she is, but she is serious. Here for her at bat, Bryant looking for a hit. Oh, for one day, she reached on an error back in the second. Struck out, swinging her last trip up to the plate. And there's a swing and a miss.
Albayati getting an opportunity here, but you know, such a cool story. 16th pick overall. She was the first woman to play at the NCAA Division II level, both baseball and a softball game in the same day. Second person to do it in the NCAA ever, but the first in Division II. Now getting an opportunity to take a little bit more responsibility here late in the game on the mound.
Kind of do like a Superman change, right? You're wearing one jersey and uni, and you've got to quickly change and head over to the other one, especially on double header days. You have that time, but you go back and forth, and
yeah,
where's the phone booth?
Yeah.
I think probably have to go into a clubhouse, right?
Double headers are tough enough, let alone changing the sport, changing the release point you have to see as a hitter.
Albayati working here on Bryant. She has a big swing there. Hunters down by 8. They scored their runs in the second and the fourth. Heart of the order scored the runs for the Hunters. Albayati is the third pitcher here of the day for San Francisco. Whitmore was the starting pitcher. She went 3 innings, picked up a strikeout. At the letters, called third strike on Bryant.
Going deep into the count. And just knowing she had to attack the zone. And she does just that, catches the upper inner part of it, just too close to take with 2 strikes. Brian thought it was ball 4. But Albayati taking advantage.
Sabrina Robinson steps up to the plate. Got a righty-lefty matchup here. Robinson was the first baseman that she did the splits there. What a grab by her, too, as Bryant, who is in front of her in the order here, that stayed in front of that ball, bounced off of her, kept it in front of her, threw over to Robinson. Robinson doing the splits, and what a defensive play by those two together.
I'm going to need to get Sabrina Robinson's stretching routine so I can step my game up.
She'll knock it back to the mound. Short toss over, and there's 2 away.
We have a lot coming up this week. Friday, August 7th, the LA Scarf giveaway for the first 500 fans who show up to the game. Saturday night, August 8th, it is the doubleheader, by the way. Ayami Sato bobblehead giveaway for the first 250 fans. And then on Sunday, August 9th, that's my birthday, by the way, charm bracelets for the first 500 fans as well. I hope I can get one for my birthday present.
We'll have to make a special little trip to get you one and tell them to save you one. Happy early birthday.
I know they've been selling out with merch like crazy, but maybe I can get a little something.
Haas at the plate. Flied out and struck out looking. Made a terrific play in center field. Snow cone catch. Made a couple. I mean, to her left, to her right. She's patrolling center field well. Hard hit comebacker off the glove of the pitcher to the shortstop. Throw to first. Digging it out of the dirt is LeBlanc. And here at the plate, the cleanup hitter for the Firebells.
Nice location there on the outside corner. It's the fourth arm that we've seen, too. Gigi Schiano coming in, the Pennsylvania native. She started playing baseball at 5 years old. 5 years old.
And it's the new era call to the bullpen, bringing in the new righty reliever, Gigi Schiano. And LeBlanc. Fly ball to left. That'll retire the first baseman. There's one away here for the Firebells in the top of the seventh.
If you're managing in a position like Matt Williams is, I mean, you got to be pleased with the offensive output from the Firebells tonight.
So Alexia George steps up to the plate. First pitch coming inside. She hops out of the way. Part of the U.S. women's national team for USA Baseball. Her fifth at bat today. She's 1 for 2, hit by a pitch. She'll lift this ball into center field. It will drop right on the lip on that turtleback field. That'll be a base hit. Another one for George. I talked to Matt Williams, the skipper for the Firebells, about the turtleback field. I asked him, have you ever played on a field like this? And he said, no, I haven't. But he took a look at it, talked to his fielders. He said it won't be a problem for the outfielders, but for the infielders, he told them the way to do it, not lose your balance, there's a swing and a miss there, that you turn your body, go sideways, don't pedal backwards. So the first 2 steps should be sideways, so you're solid, and then you can, face the plate and pedal back a little bit once you get your footing there. So that's what he mentioned, and that's how he told his fielders to play a pop-up like that.
And this is just one of a handful of turtleback fields that is still used actually in the U.S. too. That slope to the outfield like you're talking about. It's not something that you see.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't see that everywhere. So it is part of understanding and getting to know the field that you're playing on.
Jordan Eister here. She came in as a pinch hitter and is 0 for 1. She'll take the next pitch. It'll be dropped by the catcher. Throw to second, runner in safely. So a stolen base there for George. She's a catcher herself, so she knows how to play those odds. Kim moved from right field to catcher. That's who you see behind the plate right now. George in scoring position. I know I heard they were joking too. I'm trying to think who it was. If it was, I was talking to the groundskeeper, and he said I think he was talking to like Falk and Williams, and they were asking him, "Hey, is it as bad as Wrigley?" And that's why I was like, "What?" You know, that's why I asked Matt. I was like, "You've ever played on a field like this?" But yeah, they were talking about it. I think Wrigley's pretty, but I mean, it must be hard to play on. All that swirling wind, though, just like yesterday, that's what you get at Wrigley.
Pretty cool that we're talking about those major league fields.
Called third strike. That'll ring up Eister. So this telecast is produced for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this television broadcast or any pictures, audio, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Women's Professional Baseball League is strictly prohibited. Skylar Kaplan at the plate. 5th time at the plate today. She's got a pair of hits, has scored a pair of runs, walked once and flied out. She'll put this one up into the night sky. And to her left, bringing it in, is Hastings out there, the new left fielder. Hunters. Speaking of the Hunters, this is their last at bat. The Firebells on top by 8, 11-3. We're back up to the top of the order for the Hunters. And Jill Albayati will remain on the rubber here for the Firebells. She fires it in there. It's Kate Blunt. 0 for 2 today with a walk. And the chance start here for the Firebells. And I just heard him talk about that the kids get to run the bases after the game. That's so much fun.
That's the best.
A big 12-6 curveball, a swing and a miss. I'm sure they're starting to line up already to be able to touch that field.
All right. It's one thing to be able to come here and see it in person. It's another thing to be able to feel what it's like to be on the field where these ball players are.
And that's drilled into left, but waiting on it is the left fielder there for the Firebells. And there's one away.
Well struck, but not quite well placed. Just a couple of outs away. Albayati is helping her team close this thing out for their first win.
Hunters down to their last 2 outs. Edith DeLeja at the plate. She's 1 for 3 today. Bats from the left side. That'll miss low. And that pitch will bounce away from the catcher. So DeLeo doing some yard work there, straightening out the holes in the box.
Look how dirty.
Just like last night, right? I think they got even more dirty, though, with the wet grounds. The wet dirt on the base pass. Couple of bounces, and LeBlanc uses her body. She'll catch it by her waist and race to first. She'll take it herself. There's 2 away. One more out to go, and the Firebells will have secured their first win here in the WPBL.
Really nice showing so far by Albayati. Strikeout, 5 straight retired. That's what you're looking for from your closer.
And a high fly ball pop-up stays in the infield, calling for it, squeezing it, and that'll do it. So the Firebells, they broke it open with a big third.
All right, guys, thank you so much again for watching and supporting the channel. For those subscribers who have already seen and made the move to receive your free gift for liking and subscribing to support our channel, feel free to click to skip and begin watching the next great video. And so to get the free gift that we mentioned it to you, which is your selection of one of these 21 fantastic digital guides or manuals shown on the screen. And I have personally reviewed several of them just to get an idea of whether they are quality or just fluff. And I tell you guys, they really have gone the distance and made each of them relevant, useful, valuable information on all these different subjects, and some of them are nearly 35 pages long and packed with truths, proven, tested techniques, and advice. And you will see for yourself that $19 to $27 really is a fair value range for the one you will select for free. And so we need you to simply follow these simple steps. Click the like button on this video. If you haven't already done so, make sure the subscribe or follow button is clicked now, or some of you clicked it earlier, that's fine. And then in the comments section, simply type the word GIFT, 4 letters, G-I-F-T. And once you've done that, you can click the link in the bio or description, or you can type the link and go to gift.3z3.me. Oh, that's G-I-F-T dot, the number 3, the letter Z, and the number 3.me. That's gift.3z3.me. And this free gift is being provided today by the sponsor of this video, AIContentCreator.app. And click on the link, you'll be taken to the site. And there will be a blue button that is highlighted there for you. And the way it works is very simple. They support our channel and provide for you this free gift when you like, subscribe, or follow and type GIFT in the comments, which helps our channel with the algorithms. And then their hope is that you will see something you like, or you will fall in love with any of their products and services that you see there. And also because they're having a super 80% off promotion right now. Again, no purchase required and no hoops to jump through. Their AI bot will simply verify that you actually did perform the like, the subscribe, or follow to our channel, and that you type the word GIFT in the comments. And if you like anything you see there, they will in turn provide a small commission to us to help support our channel.